Now we are at the last part of house property. We have discussed gross earned value, net earned value, interest, deductions and the standard deduction, and now we are looking at unrealized rent. So treat the amount of rent which the owner cannot realize shall be equal to the amount of rent payable but not paid by the tenant. Yes, and so proved to be lost and recoverable, where the tenancy is proved. So obviously you cannot just claim it as a reduction. You can get it as a deduction provided these conditions are satisfied. You can get it as a deduction from your annual rent only if these are conditions. One is tenancy is bona fide. There is genuine tenancy. Defaulting tenant has vacated or has steps have been taken to vacate him. There is some legal notice, things like being given. Defaulting tenant is not in the occupation of any other property of the assessee, as he has taken reasonable steps on legal proceedings. Only if these conditions have to be proved, then unrealized rent will be available to be deducted when you are calculating gross earned value. If you remember gross earned value, when you calculate gross earned value, how do you do it? How do you do it? You calculate like this. You compare reasonable rent. How do you do it? What are the things that you need to compare? Before to get RR, what do you get? You compare and
municipal fair value and standard rent.
no, don't say together. Don't say together. Take this, whichever is higher. Then with this you compare standard rent. You will get reasonable. Then you calculate actual rent receivable. When you do that, less unrealized you are showing. This deduction is what we are talking about here. This deduction will be available if these conditions are satisfied. Okay. Stay connected to these parts. Otherwise, you will make a mistake. You will not know where we are talking about. Though we have already discussed this, we have done it, but just these are the conditions to get it. Now, another situation that comes is unrealized. Now, the other situation that is going to come is relating to subsequent recovery or arrears of rent. That means arrears of rent when it happens, and this is also very interesting. That means you didn't get the rent. He didn't pay. Therefore, later on, or unrealized rent has been received subsequently. So when you had unrealized rent, you deducted it. When you are calculating actual rent receivable, you are trying to calculate that time you have reduced it. Or there is arrears of rent, he is not paid, and you are not considering that it is not unrealized, mind you. You know he will pay, but he has not paid. Or there can be a situation, this arrears generally comes when, suppose you have a tenant and you are asking for increase. Say he is paying at 10,000. You are asking for increase, and the discussion goes on and on and on. After 1.5 years, you agree. You are asking for an increase of 5,000. Ultimately, it's an agreement of 3,000 only. Both of you agree and say okay. But you are saying that no. We started discussing 2 years back. So 2 years back, from then you have to give me the increase. Now 2 years back, what was the rent that we knew as 10,000, and you were paying tax on 10,000. You're not paying on 13,000, right? Or not on 15,000. You are still continuing to pay the taxes or show as income 10,000 only. But after 2 years, when you agreed with the tenant, you tell him that, see, 2 years back we started business. That day, okay, you don't have to pay 5,000 now. But 2 years back we started discussing. So for the 2 years, that is that extra 24,000 or 36,000, you have to pay now. This 36,000 is called arrears of rent. So let me give an example, then you'll understand. The same example I'll just tell you in years so that you understand. So let us imagine that this is financial year 2019-20. In the month of April, the discussion started. At that time, you are paying 10,000 rent. I mean, you're getting 10,000. Therefore, 10,000 in 12, you would have shown 1,20,000 as rent only. Next year, discussion is happening, but this year also nothing has happened. Financial year 2020-21, nothing has happened. Again, you are giving 1,20,000. Third year, when this is happening, at that time you agree and say, no, let us agree at 13,000, but the 3,000 should start from this April. But for these 2 years, you have already filed the return, everything is over. Therefore, when you do this year, it will be 13,000 into 12 plus how much you should have got for those 2 years. 3,000 into 24. That also, that 3,000 into 24 is called arrears of rent. This third year, you will get increased rent, 13,000 into 12. But 3,000 for these 2 years extra you have to get, that is called arrears. You don't go back and do it. That we'll see how to do the problem, we'll see, but I'm just trying to explain arrears of rent. Now, what are they saying? What are they saying about arrears of rent? How to do it? Special provision for arrear. Both earlier there were 2 sections. Now a clubbed and made it very simple. 25A. The amount of arrears of rent received from a tenant or unrealized rent realized subsequently from a tenant, as the case may be by the assessee, shall be deemed to be the income of the house property in the financial year in which such rent is received or realized. So it's very simple. As we told in the last year when he's getting it, with they are agreeing it 13,000 rent, new rent into 12, and in the year in which he's receiving that money, extra 3,000 for how many years? 2 years. That into 2 years, that is 24 months. That will be taxed in the third year. In these earlier years, when you paid 1,20,000, don't go and disturb it. No need. That will go. That's not. Only here it should be added. That is what they say. Both unrealized also as well as rent. Suppose there is, forget about arrears of rent. Suppose there is no arrears. It is only there is a unrealized. So therefore you reduce. Suppose you reduce 20,000 as arrears. 1,00,000 only you show. After 2 years, this guy is paying back you. Not 20,000, but he is paying. You are paying at 1,20,000. He is paying 10,000. Therefore, in that year you add this 10,000. This is unrealized. Add it. Because earlier you reduced it. Now you have to add it. That is what is unrealized. So the provision is made very simple. Last year or something they made it very simple. The year in which you receive, you show it as income. Now, the last part, cases we have already discussed. This is already done. Okay. So that we will close that relating to this. And I'll tell you the problem that we